My name is Kaira Franco, the acting dean of the Faculty of Science, IT, Engineering and Art and Design of Mutesa One Royal University. I'm happy to be one of the managers in this university, and this faculty, I'm happy that it has a lot. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have information technology, which is big at the moment in the entire world, especially during this period of COVID-19. ICT is very, very crucial. We have engineering. Engineering is based at Masaka campus, Chirumba campus, and we have civil engineering, we have mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. Then, where we are standing right now, we have art and design. That's why you are looking at some of these artworks. Art and design, which helps the students to be very creative and innovative. And as we talk now, we have so many course units under art and design. We have what we call the 2D, where we have paintings, we have drawings, we have graphics, we have photography, and what have you. Then the 3D, as you see what is behind me, this very nice sculpture piece, which was done by one of our students. It is a 3D, and then we have ceramics, we have fashion, we have multimedia, and in multimedia, as we shall see, it helps all the people, all the students, and anybody, because you can pick anything. We use the locally found materials to create art, and in so doing, sometimes it helps to work on the environment. We take the environment seriously, because for us we believe that anything can be turned into art. And as we shall see, we shall be showing you some of those nice artworks. We encourage students to use some different materials. When you look at some of the materials, for example, this one, all along, the painters have been using what we call the canvas. This is the hard material, but here now we are using the back cloth. The back cloth, everyone is aware, is got from the mutuba tree. So we get the back cloth, and now we are turning it into a very good support where we can produce very nice artworks. And here you can see a big tree with leaves, simplified, and we used the acrylics. When you come to this, we encourage the students to be creative, to be innovative, and to appreciate their cultures. Here they are appreciating their cultures. Our student here was trying to look at the introduction ceremony, especially here in Uganda. The introduction ceremony is very, very, very important, and this marks the gist of that ceremony, because the visitors are supposed to come into the house, and they are being led by the spokesperson. The spokesperson. That's why you see him standing and talking to all the people. They are inside the house, and of course with our cultures in Uganda here, you find that they bring this basket, a chibbo, and they put in the coffee berries and water. They are very, very important. So we train them to be very. Now we have drawing, which I said that is one of the 2D course units. Here you see a fruit, a pineapple, being used to create an artwork. It is a project whereby an artist selects a certain project, a certain fruit, anything of his or her choice. This one selected the pineapple, it is cut, and then it is turned into an artwork. And this is what we call an objective study. So you can see the pattern here. They are being used to create what we call the echoes, the patterns in the background. And in such, by the way, even those people who are making clothes, they can get very good designs out of this. So, and you can see here, again, it's about the cultures. Here you can see the happy ladies dancing. They are dancing, and you can see their faces. And this is what they call the back simba. You might not be able to see other parts, but you can feel the dance. So this is Ganda dance, the back simba dance. The same applies to this one. Again, it is a culture, the way they appreciate culture. We train them to appreciate their cultures. Instead of appreciating other cultures, they need to appreciate their own cultures. So you can see here now, this one symbolizes the king when he's appearing in the public. In most cases, he's welcomed by people who are drumming, sounding those big drums. And you can see it is really beautiful. And at the same time, we tell them to be very, apart from being innovative and creative, we encourage them to be original, not copying. So you'll find that whichever work you see here is original, you are not going to find it anywhere else, even when you Google on internet and what have you. It is original, and we emphasize that so much. The same applies to this one, as you can see. There are different styles in painting. There is what we call semi-realism abstract, which is not so representational like a photograph. So it enables an artist to be creative. They work on the background, and the colors are very, very important too. So in this case, as we shall see, we have so many artworks. We have the multimedia, as I mentioned. We have photography, and we are encouraging all, especially these students who are now at home, who are not yet at school, who have spent long without going to the school. They are supposed to be creative, because creativity is key. It's very, very important in this world. You can get anything and turn it into art, and it can keep you busy. So for the time being, I can stop there. Thank you so much.
Wakim Kasaija, a staff member in the Department of Art and Design, which is directly under the Faculty of Science, IT, Engineering, Art and Technology. So I happen to be taking a number of disciplines, we call them disciplines, but in this particular case, it is about sculpture. This work was produced by one of my previous candidates. Actually, it is a work which propelled him to attain a first class. You recall the most previous graduation ceremony, the booklet bears an icon which is repetitive, and this is the very work you will find there. So this student of mine, right from year one, indicated that he was interested in 3D. Just like my dean has already explained, that our different areas divide into two areas, what we call two-dimensional works which fit on a plane, and a three-dimensional work where this one lies, that occupies space and a volume. So this is one of such works, and the area, as I've already said, is called sculpture. Now, here, the candidate is investigating teamwork, seeking for greater knowledge, using all means and this particular case, they are just using textbooks, but we see a bag which is containing a laptop, because now we are going digital. So it is actually showing how we are migrating from the traditional books, totally not discarding them, but moving into a new world now of technology, ICTs in general. So the artist is investigating how people can work together as a team to overcome problems they encounter in their studies. So in this case, the work, maybe one would ask, why place this work in this particular location? We have the campus library here, this on my right, and the work is just adjacent. The work is well positioned to echo the message that this is an area of information. So it is an information center. So it is symbolic of the library, technology, and everything you will find. So it suits the faculty message. Here we can see, maybe you would ask, the materials used and the process maybe he went through. To get all this far, first of all, the artist must know in which material you'd like to explain himself at the end of it all. And he chose concrete. So this is cement. Inside you have got, of course, metal bars and everything else, sand and so on. But the whole story begins with a drawing, because drawing is the backbone of all our disciplines, just as Nadine has already been explaining. So it began with some drawings which we discussed together until we came to agree. And then once the drawing has been endorsed, moves to the second stage of making the first models. And these first models, we call them maquettes, and usually we use a very simple material, but able to see that is clay. So because clay is formidable, it is easily workable, it is cheap and available, we can begin with that. And then after making the model, which we discussed with my colleagues in this department, then we allowed him to advance. And the stages through which he advances, we call it generally blowing up. So when we talk of blowing the maquette or the small model, it means we are going now to make a bigger one that is on a larger scale, but proportionately so for all the components in that work. So that is the whole thing. And it begins with what we call an armature. Just as you can see, you and I and all other people have got a skeleton inside. So this work has also a skeleton, what we call an armature. It is just a structure of some metal bindings and so on to make it stand. And then it begins building using several layers, but it started with the innermost layer must have as little cement content as possible, just to make it hold onto the armature. Okay, but as you come towards the outside, then you proportionately increase the amount of cement until you come to the sealing end, which most people will call nil, meaning that there is no sand but simply cement to make sure it is completely sealed. Then one would maybe ask, how about the appearance? You see, does it mean that all cement works must appear this? No. Now, as he was coming to the conclusion, he applied some color pigments. Here we are using black oxide. Okay. In fact, there is the final outlook of this work is not exactly this. There's some layer of bronze and copper, which is going to be applied here to meet his dreams. But otherwise, here we could say the work is more or less ready, apart from those layers I've talked about which are still missing. Yeah. So this work greatly contributed to his success to attain a first class. And because of his excellency, he's already pursuing further studies. Okay? Yeah. He's already pursuing further studies somewhere, I think in Chambo University. He has already attained the admission for his master's. And we are not really deterred away from him, is still with us because we need him. We want also to develop our department and faculty. But when he attains further knowledge and skills, it is for advantage because he's enriching himself to come and serve us. We don't want to miss him. We shall definitely engage him, maybe as a teaching assistant, and as he goes on, we will be fully integrated as a lecturer. So every year we tend to point out, to identify some promising students who are working very hard in different disciplines. I've got multimedia. Unfortunately, right here I don't see textile works, but we've got plenty and very good works lying somewhere inside there in our gallery. First of all, I'd like to thank my dean who has accorded me this opportunity to come and say some word or two about this effort exhibited by our former student, Elias Wamala. I was privileged to be actually the head of the supervisors. I didn't supervise him alone. It was a team of us, but I headed that team of supervisors, of course, under the guidance of our dean, who was consulting us every now and then, worried to see which steps we are taking. So I'd like to appreciate him for according me that opportunity, and also I'd like also to thank you for covering me when I'm saying something about this very great work. Now, this work, as I conclude, is really an icon in this very place. All our visitors who come here make it a point, at least they pass by mere glance, they would like to associate with the work. Actually, I've seen many people, when they come here, they make sure they take some snaps. Yes. So we are very happy that we have started this culture here, and we shall dot very many of such works around our campus here, and not only this campus, but also other campuses. I thank you so much.
My name is Taiwa Habib, MRIO student, year 2. I'm here to present this piece of painting. As we are in COVID time, we are given a lot of assignments. But as me, as a student, I just picked one of our assignments, that is talking about COVID-19. As you can see here, it shows how COVID-19 is tested, and as in this period now, we are encouraged to go for vaccination. Yeah, we have a lot of work and paintings. As a student, I was so inspired to do art, because I found here a lot of artworks at MRIU. I was very impressive and inspired to do art, and I love art.
My name is Namita Lavera from Tesa One Royal University. I'm doing BVS, Bachelor of Vacation Studies. I was inspired to come on this campus by my brother. My brother did industrial art, and he told me that at this campus there are good teachers of art. So I'm here to talk about COVID-19. So COVID-19 started in China. It spread the whole world and came even in Africa. In Africa here, my dear brothers and sisters, please get serious. Don't wear masks like this. COVID is there. COVID is real. So please try to wear a mask very well. Like this gentleman here is saying. Go in the hospital, please, to be vaccinated. Here we see a doctor testing this guy. Please follow the SOPs, washing your hands, wearing mask, and social distancing. Please, my brothers and sisters, please go and vaccinate yourself. I'm Talavella, a student taking BVS at Mtesa One Royal University. Thank you.